Hey, so I'm going to give a quick walkthrough of how to use LoRas in the latest release of Scope. So these LoRas are going to allow you to customize concepts and styles used in your generations with the real-time models that Scope supports. I'm going to show you how to download a LoRa from Civit AI and then use it with the long live pipeline specifically. So let's start by taking a look at the LoRa guide in the docs. We're going to use this Arcane Jinx LoRa. And before we do that, we're going to need a Civit AI API key because I am currently running my Scope instance on a remote cloud environment. You will not need to do this if you're running locally. And if you're running locally, take a look at the local instructions within the guide. But for now, I'm going to need an API key. So if I go to my settings page, I'm going to create an API key, test5. I'm going to copy it. And then I'm going to go back to my terminal and let's say API key, let's set it over here. And then I'm going to copy the link address. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my models folder. So by default, this would be under Daydream Scope /models. In my case, I have it locally, so I'm just going to navigate in here. We're going to want to move into the LoRa subdirectory, and then I'm going to use wget in order to actually download the LoRa file. So I'm going to call this, using the -o command allows me to name the file. I'm going to call this arcane jinx.savetensors. I'm going to make sure to quote my entire URL, and then I'm going to append the token at the end over here. I'll just copy this over. And then I'm going to run it. And we can see here that we are downloading the LoRa file. Next, I'm going to go back to my browser and I'm going to go to Scope. So I already have the long live pipeline selected. I can click refresh here to make sure that I have the latest view of the LoRa's in my directory. Click plus. We can see here that the Arcane Jinx LoRa is now available. And the first thing I'm going to show you is permanent merge. Permanent merge means that when we actually load the pipeline, we're going to fuse the LoRa with our model. And this is going to result in the best performance. But the downside is that you can't adjust the strength of the LoRa. And I'll show you how to do that next. But for now, we're going to want to copy over the trigger word for this LoRa, include that in our prompt, and then we're going to press start. All right, so this is our LoRa in action with long live. So next I'm going to show you, after resetting things, how we can switch the LoRa strategy to runtime PEFT. What this means is that it'll be faster to load on startup, and then the extra benefit is that while the stream is active, we can actually adjust the strength of the LoRa using this scale slider. The downside is that we're going to lose some performance and it's not going to be quite as fast, but let's check it out. All right, so we have our LoRa enhanced output again, except this time, let's pause. We're going to adjust the strength. So let's increment it. Let's do some more. Okay, that's probably too strong. Let's decrease it. That's too weak. Let's go to something like 1.5. All right, this looks a little bit better strength-wise. I'll pause there. That flickering activity was probably due to a UI bug that will get fixed, but that basically illustrates it. When you use runtime PEFT mode, you can adjust the strength of the LoRa using this slider over here. And you can decide whether you want more performance by using the permanent merge strategy, or you can switch to runtime PEFT